make plans.
So Arizona schools, though, what the heck are we doing? This month, Arizona public and charter schools, $200 million short of their regular state aid cash. Pucker factor pretty high over there, huh? Yeah. So what I'm seeing is the shortage is partly triggered by the ballooning ESA voucher costs that we have in Arizona, which are set to surpass over $1 billion in the upcoming fiscal year. And we're going to dive more into those ESAs in just a few minutes. So ESAs, one thing for sure. And then the shortfall also triggered by, and you would think this would be a good thing, enrollment. So enrollment up actually a little bit, which Arizona says all the time. Well, we want to make sure that kids are getting into school. But now because we actually have kids showing up in school,
It's too many kids.
our costs are up. So yeah, the rising cost for a career and technical education program. So we've got this kind of 1-2 punch going on. Beth Lewis with Save Our Schools Arizona says right here, the drain the drain on the voucher program is placing the drain words. The drain the voucher program is. I went to school for this. The drain the voucher program is placing on the state budget. It's a 1-2 punch because lawmakers assumed more students would take advantage of the voucher program, and overall public school enrollment would be lower. Not what's going on though. So not enough switchers. So it's this program that's heavily utilized by people who were already getting homeschooling or in private school already, and you don't have enough people leaving the public schools.
Right. It's very confusion, all of this for me, because it's just so frustrating that it seems that the people who are obviously taking advantage of the ESAs are the people who don't really seem to be in need of it. And that's just our perception. I don't know. I
don't think that's just you.
I didn't have that as an option in school, but I went to public school. So, I can imagine what that type of money would have done for me as someone who attended public school, especially with parents who didn't come from a lot of money. My parents were military.
Yeah.
So they didn't have a lot of disposable income. So when it came to doing a lot of things, that could have been super beneficial. But it just seems like I see these stories, the baby grand pianos, the Legos, all these things.
Oh, we're going to get to all that.
Holy
Vasectomy
moly.
test kits.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I'm not.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that one today, but that definitely was a thing in the past.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, no. So the deficit, partly caused by the ESA vouchers, it's more heavily affecting the public schools because ESA vouchers are also funded before public schools because they're on a quarterly payment system. So they're getting in front of the public schools as well. So this is going to become a real problem in Arizona, and you do have some at the legislature who say, hey, this is going to all work out because if the public schools experience fewer kids going there, you're going to have your ESA money to send your kid to a private school. But the private schools are not stupid. They're raising the cost of tuition as well. So, okay, if you're someone who used to send your kid to public school and now the cost of private school is rising because the private schools know they're getting more ESA dollars and they can afford to charge more. If you're a kid who is going to public school and your mom and dad don't have as much money to send you to private school,
which is most people, it's a majority.
What you gonna do?
Yeah,
you're gonna go to a public school somewhere else that's probably not as good because you're seeing funding issues like this, where now Arizona schools $200 million short this month, and they say they're supposed to make it up, but it's like it always seems like the public school system is getting paid out last.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating because I'm pretty sure the public school system is still the biggest chunk of kids in the state.
Yes.
So shouldn't we be taking care of the majority as opposed to the minority? Especially if the minority is more wealthy and has the money to go to the private schools, right?
Yeah.
I mean, am I missing something?
No, it makes sense to me as somebody who comes from...
And I'm someone who went to a private school.
Public education. I feel as though, logic is just not prevailing in this era.
Yeah. I went to a private school I was not a silver spoon kid, but my parents thought that would be good for me because I was really shy. They thought I would get swallowed up in public school. But I understand why you need to take care of the public school kids first. That's there for everybody. And if you say, well, I don't have kids, so why should I be feeding into that? It's like, who do you want to be?
Because they're in your community.
Who do you want to be your doctor someday?
Exactly.
Who do you want to, be helping you with all the other things that you need in your community? Do you just want it to be robots?
Well, that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
What school did you go to, Joe?
Chris knows it really well. The real name of it was Father Gabriel Richard High School.
Oh, my goodness.
On the Rock of Gibraltar, St. Apostolic.
Yeah, that's what Chris says about it.
Our Father of,
Yes, Father Gabriel Richard. Yes.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe, and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.